Hello and welcome. This is Let's Connect, and I am Rishira Ganguly. Today, we are going to be in conversation with the prolific actor Abhishekh Khan, who was recently seen in SonyLIV's Project 9191. In this interview, we would be talking about his new series, among other things. So, welcome to Let's Connect, Abhishekh. Thank you for joining me. How?
Thank you. I'm great. Thank you for calling me an actor. That makes me feel good.
Eddie, but you've done such an amazing job in
Oh,
Netflix's.
you've seen it? Have
I
you?
have, I have, and
Thank you.
Project 9191 now, and I even watched your YouTube short film Bandish, and it was so.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, you've seen that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
it was very emotional, and I was almost
Hmm.
teary eyed by the end of it. By the end of Bandish, and I was like, oh my
Thank you.
god, this is such a beautiful story.
Yeah.
I loved
So
it.
we actually made that film in like a zero budget, and we shot that film in 5 hours in 2018,
Oh my
and now
god,
it's all out for people to watch it.
that
I'm
is.
glad you've seen it.
Oh, it's wow, 5 hours. That
Yeah, we shot the film in 5 hours.
wow,
I haven't bald for it also. I did cut my
yeah.
hair and things so. Yeah, so
Oh my
it's one of my favorite work. I think so. It's one of my only favorite work that I really like of me doing something good and productive.
god. But from a
Yeah,
wheelchair bound person to like completely
yeah,
changing your route and like in Part of Blood and now in Project 9191. So,
yeah.
firstly, tell us what attracted you to the script of Project 9191 and why your character seemed to be, the perfect fit for you.
Actually, nothing. You can't really say that I was attracted towards this because as an actor, well, at the stage I am right now, I need to audition for everything that I do.
Hmm.
So I had auditioned for it in March before lockdown, and apparently after that they signed someone else, and then maybe things didn't work out, and then again I was called in July. I auditioned for it again, and then again on somewhere in mid August I auditioned for it again, and then on 5th September, which is exactly the same date I signed Bard of Blood in 2018, I signed Project 9191. That's a good trivia. And when I met the director, he had seen Bard of Blood, and he told me, I can't really imagine you playing this character because of what you've done in Bard of Blood. So are you sure you're going to, pull this off? You think you can pull it off? I said, yeah, I can pull it off. I mean, my job is to act in the end. So I kind of felt that Johnny is my character Johnny is someone who's not really over the top about coding and programming. He's a very simple, sober guy,
Hmm.
and that's what I like about him. And at the same time, I try to keep it away from all the cliches that we encounter in films and series, that he wears specs or has curly hair or wears very loose clothes. I didn't do that with my character at all, and I think so the director was pretty fine with that one. So yeah, and he's very important. Talking about the character, he's like the only guy who knows how to intercept and who's into surveillance. So he's like the heart of Project 9191. Till the time agar wo case nahi layega, there will be nothing. I mean, you don't have anything to do. So Johnny is basically the showrunner of the show, I feel. Yeah,
That is
feels good.
that's actually the perfect way to describe your character. And also,
Yeah,
Johnny in the series, he's trying to kind of run away from his past. So
yeah, correct.
was bringing the character alive on screen emotionally challenging for you?
No, not at all. I think so. Johnny is a very simple character. Me working on Bard of Blood had taken a toll on me because it was 49 kgs for 6 months.
Hmm.
And just after that, when I finished it, I went to Pondicherry for 15 days. With Johnny, I think so. It was very simple, nice, and I didn't want to have this very preconceived notion about what I want to do. Do I will I do this or should I do that? No, I just thought that Johnny should be very simple, and whatever comes from the heart, I should play Johnny like that.
Hmm.
At the same time, not play myself because I'm not into. I'm not a social media person anymore. I don't use anything. I use Twitter. and that too where I post my work, or else people will not know that I'm an actor. And so Johnny is totally different from what I am. But at the same time, what one thing that I like about him was that he's very emotional, and same goes with my previous character Nusrat. He's very emotional, but trying to put in a very different image in front of people. And with Johnny, we shot the whole thing. My schedule was just for 15 days, and it was during. COVID was just going away from Bombay, and we shot at that time. So it was fun, but no emotional, nothing. It was sweet. It was nice,
That's great.
and I'm very glad that I did a show like this, which is not emotionally taking a toll on me.
That's great. But I mean, as you
Yeah,
said, Nusrat Marri in Bard of Blood was it was such a tough job. You had to undergo changes. I mean, physically, you had to learn a new language, and it must have,
correct.
I mean, you must have worked so hard for it. But, and
Yeah,
so, I mean, Project 9191's journey is completely different. I mean, it's starkly different. So
yeah.
is it like a conscious decision to play roles which, I mean, kind of challenge you and give the audience a chance to kind of better know your acting prowess or something like that?
It was a conscious decision. Decision. Yes. Actually, after Bard of Blood, a lot of casting directors that I met thought I'm not from Bombay because of the character I played in Bard of Blood,
Mm-hmm.
and that was very difficult for me to break in that image because a lot of people just called me for Atangwadi kar lo, yeah, Pakistani play kar lo, Kashmiri play kar lo, and I didn't want to repeat that. I, as a actor, first of all, I don't like to call myself an actor. It's very weird, and I feel I want to do uh, very different work from whatever I do now. Very different from if I did a Bandish, I want to do a Nusrat Marri, or then I want to do a Johnny. But at the same time, I want to keep doing different things and not repeat characters. So Johnny, I felt was the correct character to break in with because then people can see me in a different light. So it was in a way a conscious decision, but obviously we have to audition, and then if we get the part, then we get the part, or else we just sit at home and wait for another part to come in. So yeah,
The auditioning process and everything, it
yeah,
may build you into an actor or not. But right now, as someone who's debuted on the digital platform as your
yeah,
first step into the Indian entertainment industry, you
yeah,
are quite literally kind of, the new age star of Bollywood. I mean, and you're defining the changes that the industry is going through because since last year it's seen a digital boom, and right now you
yeah,
are kind of, claiming that place in the entertainment industry. So would you
yeah.
say, I mean, the digital space right now has a wider scope for, Indian stories to kind of uh, go global or reach more audiences within India itself?
Two things that I want to speak about. One, I'm not a star. I've just started, and second, this whole term Bollywood, I feel it kind of uh, pushes me off all the time. And one, I'm not a part of Bollywood yet. I feel I'm a part of web, and I think so. Web, agar nahi hota, then I wouldn't exist. A lot of people like me wouldn't exist. Right now, web has given a chances. It gave a chance to people like me. There's one more guy called Anuj Singh Dhaka. I
Right.
recently saw. I saw the trailer. I haven't seen the show, but I really like him. There are a few fellow actors that I really like and adore, and I feel because of web, I get to know about these people. Or else, film made we were as an actor, we just used to get very few parts, and also a film is just 2 hours long, maximum 3 hours long, and you don't really have a lot of screen time when it comes to films. But in web, I think so. SonyLIV took a chance, and they are risking it throughout to take people like me and Anuj and others. And that's the best part. Web right now is way better than what we are doing with films. But also at the same time, there's an exploitation of the platform. People are creating berserk things at the same time. Uh, I can't name platforms, but yeah, I mean, there's a problem with it because it's more like exploitation at the same time. and then people get saturated with the fact that we're going to show similar stuff all the time, all the galis and all the nudity. If it's needed, then it should be shown in a proper aesthetic manner. But if it's not needed, people are still putting it on your face. And then I think so there'll be a point that it will get very saturated and people will, because of so many platforms now, I just hope it doesn't become a garbage bin,
Right.
which slowly, some platforms are becoming like that, and one of those leading platforms. And that's my problem. That I hope that we make uh, original stuff. We don't rely on remakes, and that's what the whole point is. That yes, OTT is great, but let's not take that for granted. I feel.
And it's very interesting that you kind of separated Bollywood from the digital space. Like, no, I'm not from Bollywood. I am from the digital
Yeah,
space. And
yeah,
for
because
me,
Bollywood hasn't they haven't accepted me yet. I don't think so. A lot of people know me from Bollywood. I think so. Anyone who knows my work is because of OTT itself.
right,
Also because it's flexible enough for people to watch shows, and I think so. There's also piracy of OTT shows. I can't really stop it because it's online. And there was a rickshaw while I was traveling last evening, sorry, and then he turned and he's like, "Sir, आप तो प्रोजेक्ट 9191 में." बोला, "अरे आपने देखा है?" He's like, "हाँ सर, मैं तो सब shows देखता हूँ, सोनी के सब shows देखता हूँ." So I was a little shocked, but yeah, it's good because people are not watching films more, but shows, which is a very big change, I feel. But still, we are like right now on the 5% of the whole Indian population, which are getting shows or films. Imagine when we get to watch shows, we will be on some another level.
right, right. And you're very. I mean, I think you're very right when you say that new age stars are kind of coming onto the digital platform more, because I think it's more accepting and it's
Yeah,
more flexible when it comes to welcoming new talent, and not
yeah,
only using faces that we've seen, and not only following the status quo, but actually experimenting. So
yeah.
I think, is that why I think you
I
might
think so.
want to
Specifically,
see.
I want to point out that specifically, it's if you see, it's Sony Live, which is taking a lot of risk with Scam 1992. They took a very big risk with Pratik Gandhi. With Love J Action, they have Anuj Singh. With Project 9191, there are so many new people. There's Satyajit Sharma, there's Vaibhav Tatwadi, there's me. I'm getting to play a primary character, which is very rare when it comes to any other leading platform, be it Netflix or Prime. I feel Sony has taken bigger risks.
Right, right.
Yeah,
That is also very true. I mean, Sony Live
yeah.
is kind of experimenting a lot more than um, big stalwarts in the digital world like Netflix and Amazon.
Yes, I will accept this. Truly.
So, what was the atmosphere like on set of the Project 9191?
Actually, I joined the cast and the crew after they had finished the first schedule, which was the outdoor schedule, because my part comes in only when Johnny has his whole technical room and the unit room. So we shot for it in October 15th. We started, and that's exactly again. I want to share this exactly the same day I started Bard of Blood, 15th October 2018. I started 2020. I started with Project 9191, 15th October. We shot for it in 13 days, my schedule, and we had a bubble actually. We were shooting in Malad, so there was like a proper bubble, and the people around me were great. Yeah, I feel this actor Satyajit Sharma is a very senior actor. He's a very special human being. I think so. He's very special because the way he made me feel about my craft, I don't think so. I'll ever forget the person he is. He's beautiful as a person, and he kind of believed in me more than I believe myself, which is just so rare. And everyone actually, Krishna, Sharad, who's Jaswant Singh, and Vaibhav Tatwari. He's the funniest. He was the funniest on set. So it was great. It was fun. The whole problem came in when we were shooting all the Johnny scenes, the Johnny room scenes. So whatever you see on screen is basically animation. But while I was shooting for it was all blue.
Right.
So for 12, 13 hours, I just used to look at that screen at one point because it was so dark. It was difficult to concentrate. At one point, it used to become all blue, and I used to lose my eyesight for a while. But then, yeah, I mean, it sounds like kaisa kaisa ho sakta hai, but it happens because you're looking at the screen continuously and it's all blue, 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 blue.
Right.
The room is also dark and red, blue everywhere. So difficult, but then fun. A lot of fun because just start to imagine everything ki yahan GPS hoga and then this is what is happening right now. Okay, at this time there'll be some pictures. So you just have to imagine all the time, which is the difficult part, but the job of an actor, I feel. It was great. I feel no COVID problem. I already got COVID before that.
I mean, listening to you talk about how, I mean, the dark room and, losing eyesight. I mean, I can't even imagine me, imagining stuff here and there and then saying
Yeah,
lines and just being focused on, the completing the scene and everything. And that sounds wonderful and also terrifying. But
yeah,
you did
very.
a wonderful job of
Thank
bringing
you.
it alive on screen that
Thank you so much.
really see if you're acting or if it's actually there or not. So
Yeah,
a
yeah.
wonderful job
Thank you.
you've done. So
Thank you, Rishira. Thank you so much.
being a newcomer in the world of entertainment, but
Yeah,
who not a stranger to OTT platforms, having started with
yeah,
YouTube, Netflix, and now Sony Live, what is the kind of
yeah.
future that you see for yourself in this industry?
Actually, this might surprise you, but I'm a very big fan, or you can say I'm a follower of Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't know if you know about him. He did only 17 films in his whole lifetime. All the life that he has lived, and he's living again. I'm sorry, he's alive. But he did only 17 films throughout his career. And I feel I'm someone who believes that right now I've written in a book, in my journal, that I'm going to do only 25 films and then I'll leave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. Web, I'll do at least, I think so, somewhere around 20. But with films, I'm very particular that I'm going to do only 25 films and then I'll leave. Because what happens is we kind of oversaturate uh, our you can say the space that we are in. All the actors, just if you just keep on doing things, if you keep on playing characters in a similar way, you're not an actor. You're just being a machine, and then you're just playing characters and going there and doing that way, which is not right. I, as an actor, believe that I want to do only one character at a time, one project at a time. I don't take any other project between that. Be it an ad also. I'm not here for money or fame. At one point, I used to think that I want to be a star, but I don't want to be a star. It's not in my hand. I just want to be an actor, and then after that, if people think that I am capable enough to be a star, they'll make me a star. But right now, I just look forward to doing only good projects, and I'm trying my best to not do any remakes, and that might work against me. But I'm trying my best to not do any remakes because I'm a big fan of Malayalam films. I'm a big follower of Kamal Hassan. So my whole thing I mean, if you look at my view over cinema is very different when it comes to anyone who's in this position right now. I feel I was 15 when I started with my theater. So I feel I wanted to be a star back then, but now I just want to act, do good projects, one thing at a time, and then just wait if people are going to accept it or not. But original stuff. If I fail at it, great, I have no problems. But I'm not going to do a remake and then fail at it. That's just terrible.
That's wow. Wow. Um, I'm actually dumbfounded, and that's a very unique outlook that I've actually
Yeah.
heard. Because I've never heard an actor say that this is my limit, and I'm not going over it,
Yeah.
because it might,
I just hope that I do what I'm saying right now, because people change and change is constant. We all are evolving people. I don't know what is going to be my next step, what I'm going to do next day itself. Right now, I just know that I'm speaking to you, I'm giving you joy maybe by this interview, and you're giving me joy by taking my interview, which is a very big thing for me. So right now, it's more about me just thinking about the day, but also keep this one thing in my mind that acting is very precious. Your screen time is very precious, and the audience is very precious. You can't just overload things on them and just keep on doing garbage work. Just do good work with all heart, and then maybe if they like it, they like it. If they don't, it's okay. That's why I don't use social media, because a lot of actors in Hollywood itself don't use social media. Because if you're there throughout, why will people come and watch you? They already know what you do. So be a mysterious person, I feel. Just like how Mr. Ranbir Kapoor is. And now Amir Khan. He also left.
But you're walking on like some big footprints that have been left by big stalwarts. And I hope that you make it big in the industry for whatever time being you're there. And I hope that you're a great.
Thank you so much.
You become one of the greats like Nawazuddin Siddiqui or Irfan Khan. And I hope that people remember your name through the projects, through the characters that you do. And I hope that you do not, get oversaturated by acting, because that is one of the brilliant qualities that you have. And I have watched you on screen, and it's a pleasure watching you on screen. It's
Thank you so much.
So thank you for joining me in this conversation, and I loved having a chat with you. It was so profound, and it was
Thank you.
Your thoughts are very, it's very clear, and it's very
Thank you.
Focused on what you want to do. So thank you so much.
Okay, and before I leave, I don't know if you watch shows, but I would like to recommend you one show.
Oh yes.
And also to the audience, it's called Mozart in the Jungle. I don't know if you have seen it. It has 4 seasons. It has one of my favorite actors called Gael Garcia Bernal. And I think we should definitely watch it because you stay in Kolkata, I think so. Right?
Oh, I stay in Mumbai only.
You stay in Bombay only? Okay. No, I thought maybe Rishira Ganguly. So I thought maybe you're from Kolkata and you are in Kolkata. But yeah, if you are a big fan of music and if you're a big fan of just human nature, because we all are very, we are just humans. There's no dehumanizing or humanizing. What you do is right for you, wrong for someone. And that's what it should be. Thank you. Thank you, Rishira, for this conversation.
Thank you so much. Thank you.